High in the remote mountains of Tibet, where the air is thin and the silence speaks louder than words, lies a world of ancient secrets that have puzzled humanity for centuries. What if I told you that some of these practices, shrouded in mystery and steeped in spiritual significance, remain unsolved puzzles even to the most seasoned historians and scholars? From rituals that defy modern understanding to traditions that blur the line between the physical and the spiritual, Tibet holds a treasure trove of enigmas waiting to be unraveled. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through 25 of these ancient practices, each one more fascinating and mysterious than the last. Why do these traditions endure, and what can they teach us about the human spirit and its quest for meaning? Stay with us as we uncover the secrets of these timeless mysteries, and by the end, you might just find yourself looking at the world in a whole new way. Let's dive in. Now, let's step into the first of these ancient mysteries, a practice that might seem startling at first but holds profound spiritual meaning. The ritual of sky burials is one of the most striking and enigmatic traditions in Tibetan culture. In this practice, the bodies of the deceased are taken to remote mountaintops and offered to vultures. At first glance, this might appear unusual, but for Tibetans, it's a deeply sacred act rooted in their spiritual beliefs. The vultures, seen as sacred beings, are believed to carry the soul of the departed to the heavens, ensuring a peaceful transition to the afterlife. This practice reflects the Buddhist principle of impermanence, reminding us that life is fleeting and that the body is merely a vessel. Yet, despite its spiritual significance, many questions remain. Why are vultures chosen as the intermediaries between life and death? How did this ritual originate, and what makes it so enduring in Tibetan culture? Even today, the full depth of its meaning and the rituals surrounding it remain a mystery, leaving scholars and outsiders alike in awe of its profound symbolism. As we move forward, this is just the beginning of the many mysteries we'll uncover. Now, let's turn our attention to another fascinating Tibetan tradition, one that resonates not just with sound but with the very essence of spiritual harmony. The use of Tibetan singing bowls is a practice that has captivated people across the globe, yet its origins and deeper meanings remain shrouded in mystery. These bowls, often made from a blend of metals, produce a rich, resonant sound when struck or rubbed with a mallet. For centuries, they have been used in meditation, healing, and spiritual rituals, believed to align the mind, body, and spirit. The soothing tones of the bowls are said to induce a state of deep relaxation, helping practitioners achieve mindfulness and inner peace. But where did these bowls come from? Some believe they were introduced to Tibet by traveling monks, while others suggest they have roots in ancient metallurgical traditions. What's even more intriguing is the belief that the bowls hold spiritual power, capable of clearing negative energy and restoring balance. Yet, despite their widespread use, many questions linger. How were these bowls crafted with such precision centuries ago? What makes their sound so uniquely transformative? And why do they continue to hold such significance in Tibetan culture? As we explore these mysteries, the singing bowls remind us that sometimes the most profound truths are not just heard but felt. Next, we'll uncover another layer of Tibetan spirituality, where art and symbolism intertwine in ways that continue to baffle the modern world. Moving deeper into the realm of Tibetan spirituality, we now encounter a practice where art becomes a gateway to the divine. THANGKA paintings are not just works of art, they are intricate maps of the spiritual universe filled with hidden meanings and profound symbolism. These vibrant, meticulously crafted scrolls often depict deities, mandalas, and sacred scenes, serving as visual aids for meditation and spiritual instruction. Each element in a THANGKA painting is deliberate, from the colors used to the positioning of figures, all designed to convey specific teachings and energies. For example, the color blue might represent wisdom, while red symbolizes passion or transformation. The central figure, often a deity or enlightened being, is surrounded by a complex array of symbols, each holding layers of meaning that guide the viewer toward enlightenment. Yet, despite their beauty and detail, the deeper messages of THANKKA paintings remain elusive to those outside Tibetan culture. This is partly because the knowledge required to fully interpret these works is traditionally passed down orally from teacher to student, a practice that has preserved their sacred nature but also kept their secrets closely guarded. Even today, scholars and art enthusiasts continue to unravel the mysteries of THANKKA paintings, discovering new layers of meaning that speak to the profound spiritual wisdom of Tibetan culture. As we reflect on these masterpieces, we are reminded that true understanding often requires more than just observation. It demands a willingness to look beyond the surface and embrace the unknown. Next, we'll step into the enigmatic world of Tibetan oracles, where prophecy and spirituality converge in ways that defy explanation. Now, let's step into the enigmatic world of Tibetan oracles, where the boundaries between the spiritual and the physical blur in ways that continue to baffle even the most seasoned scholars. In Tibetan culture, oracles hold a unique and revered position, serving as intermediaries between the human realm and the divine. These individuals, often monks or lay practitioners, enter deep trance-like states during rituals, allowing them to channel messages from deities or spiritual entities. These messages, delivered in cryptic verses or symbolic gestures, are believed to offer guidance, warnings, or predictions about future events. The accuracy of these prophecies has been documented in numerous accounts, with some oracles reportedly foreseeing political upheavals, natural disasters, or personal destinies with startling precision. Yet, despite their apparent success, the methods by which oracles achieve these insights remain shrouded in mystery. The trance states they enter are not merely psychological phenomena, but are deeply tied to centuries-old rituals involving elaborate preparations, sacred chants, and offerings to invoke the presence of spiritual beings. What's even more intriguing is that these oracles often have no memory of their prophecies once they emerge from their trance, adding another layer of mystique to their practice. Scholars and scientists have attempted to study these trance states, but the spiritual and cultural context makes it difficult to fully comprehend how these prophecies come to be. Are they tapping into a collective consciousness? Is it divine intervention? Or is there something about the human mind that we have yet to understand? These questions linger, keeping the practice of Tibetan oracles as one of the most fascinating and unresolved mysteries of Tibetan spirituality. As we ponder these profound questions, we're reminded that some truths may lie beyond the reach of logic and reason, inviting us to embrace the unknown with curiosity and respect. Next, we'll explore the ancient practice of dream yoga, where the boundaries of consciousness are pushed even further, revealing new dimensions of the human mind. Now, let's journey into the realm of dreams, where the ancient practice of Tibetan dream yoga unfolds as one of the most profound and mysterious traditions of Tibetan spirituality. Dream yoga, or milam in Tibetan, is not merely about interpreting dreams but about transforming the very nature of consciousness itself. This practice, deeply rooted in Tibetan Buddhism, seeks to bridge the gap between the waking state and the dream state, offering practitioners a path to spiritual awakening and self-realization. At its core, dream yoga teaches that dreams are not random or meaningless, but are instead a reflection of the mind's deeper layers, filled with symbolic messages and spiritual potential. By mastering this practice, individuals aim to become lucid within their dreams, gaining control over their dreamscapes and using them as a tool for meditation and insight. But the mysteries of dream yoga go even further. It is believed that through this practice, one can transcend the illusion of reality, recognizing that both waking life and dreams are equally impermanent and illusory. This realization is said to lead to a profound understanding of the nature of existence, ultimately guiding practitioners toward enlightenment. Yet, the techniques of dream yoga remain shrouded in secrecy, passed down through oral traditions and closely guarded by masters. These methods often involve rigorous mental training, visualization exercises, and specific meditative practices performed before sleep. Some practitioners even claim to achieve states of consciousness where the boundaries between dreams and reality dissolve entirely, allowing them to navigate both realms with equal clarity. Despite its spiritual significance, dream yoga poses many unanswered questions. How does the mind achieve such control over dreams? What is the true nature of the dream state, and how does it connect to our waking consciousness? These questions continue to intrigue scholars and spiritual seekers alike, making dream yoga a captivating enigma within Tibetan culture. As we explore this ancient practice, we're reminded that the mysteries of the mind are as vast and uncharted as the cosmos itself. Next, we'll delve into the sacred art of mandala creation, where intricate designs become gateways to spiritual understanding. Moving from the ethereal realm of dreams, we now step into the vibrant world of mandala creation, a sacred practice that transforms art into a profound spiritual journey. Mandalas, intricate geometric designs, are far more than just beautiful patterns. They are visual representations of the universe, meticulously crafted to symbolize the interconnectedness of all life. In Tibetan Buddhism, the creation of a mandala is a deeply meditative act requiring immense focus, precision, and devotion. Each line, color, and shape holds specific meaning, often representing deities, cosmic forces, or spiritual principles. The process itself is a form of worship, with monks spending days, sometimes weeks, pouring their energy into these intricate designs. But what makes mandala creation truly fascinating is its impermanence. Once completed, the mandala is not preserved or displayed. Instead, it is ceremonially destroyed, often swept away in a ritual that symbolizes the transient nature of existence. This act of creation and destruction serves as a powerful reminder that all things, no matter how beautiful or intricate, are fleeting. Yet, the deeper mysteries of mandala creation lie in its spiritual purpose. It is believed that the act of constructing a mandala helps purify the mind, aligning the creator with the divine order of the cosmos. For those who witness the process, it is said to inspire a sense of harmony and inner peace. However, the true depth of its symbolism and the precise techniques used in its creation remain closely guarded secrets, passed down through generations of Tibetan monks. Why do these designs hold such transformative power? How do they connect the physical act of creation to spiritual enlightenment? These questions continue to intrigue both scholars and spiritual seekers, making mandala creation one of the most enigmatic practices in Tibetan culture. As we reflect on this sacred art, we are reminded that beauty and meaning often lie in the journey, not the destination. Next, we'll explore the delicate and symbolic tradition of butter sculptures, where artistry meets devotion in a truly unique way. Now, let's turn our attention to a practice that blends artistry, devotion, and spirituality in a truly unique way: the ritual of butter sculptures. In the high-altitude monasteries of Tibet, butter isn't just a staple food, it becomes a medium for sacred expression. During religious festivals, particularly the Tibetan New Year, monks and artisans craft intricate sculptures from yak butter, transforming this everyday substance into breathtaking works of art. These sculptures often depict deities, mythical creatures, and symbolic motifs, each piece radiating with spiritual meaning. The process is as meticulous as it is meditative. Artisans work in cold conditions to prevent the butter from melting, shaping it with their hands and simple tools to bring their visions to life. The result is a stunning display of devotion, where every curve and detail reflects a deep connection to the divine. But why butter? In Tibetan culture, butter holds a special place as a symbol of purity and sustenance. Using it to create sacred art elevates its significance, turning it into an offering to the gods and a source of blessings for the community. The sculptures are often displayed in monasteries or during festivals, where they serve as focal points for prayer and contemplation. Yet, the origins of this tradition remain shrouded in mystery. How did this practice begin? Was it inspired by ancient rituals, or did it evolve as a way to honor the resources of the land? Scholars and historians continue to debate these questions, as the exact roots of butter sculpture making are lost to time. What we do know is that this practice embodies the Tibetan spirit of creativity and reverence, blending the practical with the profound. As we marvel at these delicate creations, we're reminded of the power of art to transcend the ordinary and connect us to something greater. Next, we'll uncover the mysteries of Tibetan long horns, whose deep, resonant sounds are believed to carry spiritual power across the mountains. Now, let's step into the world of sound and spirituality as we explore the enigmatic role of Tibetan long horns. These towering instruments, often reaching lengths of over 10 feet, are more than just musical tools. They are sacred vessels of sound, believed to carry messages across the vast Himalayan landscapes. Used primarily in religious ceremonies and festivals, the deep, resonant tones of the long horns are thought to bridge the gap between the earthly and the divine. The horns, traditionally made from brass or copper, are often adorned with intricate carvings and symbols, each adding to their spiritual significance. When played, their low, rumbling vibrations are said to purify the environment, dispel negative energies, and invoke the presence of deities. The process of playing these horns is itself a ritual, requiring not only physical strength but also a deep sense of focus and devotion. Monks often play them in pairs, their synchronized notes creating a harmony that resonates through the mountains. But what makes these sounds so powerful? Some believe it's the unique combination of pitch and vibration, which aligns with the natural frequencies of the earth, while others see it as a form of sonic meditation, guiding listeners into a state of spiritual awareness. The origins of these horns remain a mystery, with some theories suggesting they were inspired by ancient shamanic practices, while others link them to the influence of neighboring cultures. Regardless of their beginnings, the Tibetan long horn stands as a testament to the profound connection between sound, spirituality, and the natural world. As we listen to their haunting echoes, we're reminded of the ways in which ancient traditions continue to resonate in our modern lives. Next, we'll delve into the intense and mysterious churd rituals, where practitioners confront their deepest fears in pursuit of spiritual liberation. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most intense and enigmatic practices in Tibetan spirituality, the churd ritual. This ancient practice, often described as both terrifying and transformative, involves practitioners offering their own bodies to demons as a means of achieving spiritual liberation. At its core, churd is a profound act of selflessness and courage, where the practitioner confronts their deepest fears and attachments in order to transcend them. The ritual begins with the practitioner entering a meditative state, often accompanied by the haunting sounds of a ritual drum and a trumpet made from a human thigh bone. These instruments are not merely tools but symbols of impermanence, reminding the practitioner of the fleeting nature of life. As the ritual progresses, the practitioner visualizes their body being dismembered and offered to demons and other malevolent beings. This act is not one of despair but of profound generosity, symbolizing the ultimate letting go of ego and attachment. The demons in this context are not external entities but representations of the practitioner's own inner fears, desires, and negative emotions. By offering their body, the practitioner seeks to dissolve these inner obstacles, achieving a state of emptiness and clarity. The psychological depth of this practice is staggering. It challenges the practitioner to face their darkest thoughts and emotions head-on, transforming fear into wisdom and attachment into freedom. The spiritual mysteries of churd lie in its ability to merge the terrifying with the transcendent, creating a path to enlightenment through the very things that bind us. While the origins of churd are often attributed to the 11th century Tibetan yogini Machig Labdrön, its roots may stretch even further back, intertwining with ancient shamanic traditions. Today, Cherd remains a powerful and mysterious practice, offering a unique window into the interplay between fear, compassion, and spiritual awakening. As we reflect on this extraordinary ritual, we're reminded of the profound ways in which ancient traditions challenge us to confront our own limitations and embrace the unknown. Next, we'll explore the intricate world of Tibetan astrology, a system of divination that continues to baffle modern science with its precision and depth. Moving deeper into the mysteries of Tibetan traditions, we now uncover the fascinating world of Tibetan astrology, a system as intricate as it is enigmatic. Unlike Western astrology, which many are familiar with, Tibetan astrology weaves together elements of Indian, Chinese, and indigenous Tibetan traditions, creating a unique framework that has guided spiritual and practical decisions for centuries. At its heart, Tibetan astrology is not just about predicting the future, but understanding the interconnectedness of all things, how celestial movements, earthly elements, and human life are deeply intertwined. One of the most striking aspects of Tibetan astrology is its use of the lunar calendar, which plays a central role in determining auspicious dates for rituals, marriages, and even medical treatments. The system also incorporates the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, each representing different energies that influence a person's life path, health, and relationships. These elements are combined with the 12 animal signs, similar to the Chinese zodiac, to create a detailed map of an individual's destiny. What makes Tibetan astrology particularly mysterious is its reliance on complex calculations and symbolic interpretations. Astrologers, often monks trained in this ancient art, use intricate charts and mathematical formulas to analyze the positions of planets, stars, and other celestial bodies. These calculations are believed to reveal not only personal fortunes but also broader patterns affecting communities and even entire nations. Yet, despite its precision, the methods behind these predictions remain largely unexplained by modern science. How do these astrologers achieve such accuracy? What unseen forces are they tapping into? These questions continue to baffle researchers and scholars alike. Another layer of intrigue lies in the spiritual dimension of Tibetan astrology. It's not just a tool for divination, but a means of aligning oneself with the natural order of the universe. By understanding the rhythms of the cosmos, practitioners seek to harmonize their lives with these greater forces, fostering balance and well-being. This holistic approach sets Tibetan astrology apart, blending the practical with the profound in ways that modern science has yet to fully comprehend. As we explore this ancient system, it's impossible not to marvel at its depth and complexity. Tibetan astrology offers a window into a worldview where the heavens and the earth are in constant dialogue, shaping the lives of individuals and communities in ways that remain both mysterious and deeply meaningful. Next, we'll turn our attention to the ancient practice of Tibetan medicine, a tradition that combines herbal knowledge with spiritual healing, offering yet another glimpse into the wisdom of this remarkable culture. Now, let's step into the world of Tibetan medicine, a practice as ancient as it is profound. Rooted in a holistic understanding of the body, mind, and spirit, Tibetan medicine is a unique blend of herbal knowledge, spiritual healing, and centuries-old wisdom. Unlike modern Western medicine, which often focuses on treating symptoms, Tibetan medicine seeks to address the root causes of illness by restoring balance within the individual. This approach is deeply tied to the belief that health is a state of harmony between the body's energies and the natural world. At the core of Tibetan medicine lies the concept of the 3 humas: wind, bile, and phlegm. These are not physical substances, but rather energetic forces that govern bodily functions and overall well-being. When these humas are in balance, a person enjoys good health. But when they become imbalanced, illness arises. Tibetan physicians, known as amchais, use a combination of pulse diagnosis, observation, and patient history to identify these imbalances and prescribe treatments that may include herbal remedies, dietary changes, and spiritual practices. One of the most fascinating aspects of Tibetan medicine is its extensive use of herbs, many of which grow in the high-altitude regions of the Himalayas. These herbs are carefully selected and combined into complex formulas, some of which contain dozens of ingredients. The preparation of these remedies is often accompanied by rituals and prayers, infusing them with spiritual energy believed to enhance their healing properties. Yet, despite the widespread use of these herbal medicines, their precise mechanisms and effectiveness remain a mystery to modern science. How do these ancient formulas work? What makes them so potent? These are questions that continue to intrigue researchers. Another layer of intrigue lies in the spiritual dimension of Tibetan medicine. Healing is not just about physical remedies, but also about aligning the individual with the natural and spiritual forces of the universe. Practices such as meditation, mantra recitation, and the use of sacred objects are often integrated into treatment plans, reflecting the belief that true healing requires harmony on all levels: physical, emotional, and spiritual. This holistic approach sets Tibetan medicine apart, offering a perspective on health that is both ancient and deeply relevant in today's world. Yet, for all its wisdom, Tibetan medicine remains shrouded in mystery. Its origins are said to trace back to the teachings of the Buddha and the ancient kingdom of Shangri-La, but much of its history is lost to time. The knowledge of this practice has been passed down orally and through sacred texts, many of which are still untranslated or inaccessible to outsiders. What secrets do these texts hold? How did the ancient Tibetans develop such a sophisticated system of healing? These questions continue to captivate scholars and practitioners alike. As we reflect on the enigma of Tibetan medicine, it's clear that this ancient practice offers more than just remedies for physical ailments. It invites us to consider a broader understanding of health, one that embraces the interconnectedness of body, mind, and spirit. Next, we'll explore the mystery of Tibetan prayer wheels, a practice that combines physical motion with spiritual devotion, offering yet another glimpse into the profound wisdom of this remarkable culture. Turning our attention now to the spiritual practice of Tibetan prayer wheels, we find yet another fascinating tradition that blends physical motion with profound devotion. Prayer wheels, known as mani wheels in Tibetan, are cylindrical devices often made of metal, wood, or even stone, inscribed with sacred mantras, most commonly the mantra of compassion, Om Mani Padme Hum. These wheels are a common sight in Tibetan monasteries, villages, and even along mountain trails, where they are spun by hand or by the wind and water. The concept behind the prayer wheel is both simple and profound. Each rotation of the wheel is believed to release the prayers and mantras inscribed on it, sending them out into the universe like ripples on a pond. This continuous spinning is thought to generate merit or positive spiritual energy for the person turning the wheel as well as for all living beings. It's a practice that embodies the Tibetan Buddhist belief in the interconnectedness of all life and the power of compassion to transform the world. But why is the physical act of spinning so significant? In Tibetan Buddhism, the body, speech, and mind are seen as interconnected pathways to spiritual awakening. By engaging the body in the act of spinning the wheel, the practitioner is not only reciting the mantra through the motion, but also aligning their physical actions with their spiritual intentions. This creates a holistic practice that integrates movement, sound, and thought, amplifying the spiritual benefits. The design of the prayer wheel itself is also steeped in symbolism. The cylindrical shape represents the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth, while the mantras inscribed on it are believed to carry the blessings of enlightened beings. Some prayer wheels are filled with scrolls of paper containing thousands of repetitions of the mantra, further enhancing their spiritual potency. The larger the wheel, the more mantras it can hold, and the greater the merit generated with each turn. Despite their widespread use, the origins of prayer wheels remain shrouded in mystery. Some scholars trace their roots to ancient Indian practices, while others believe they were uniquely developed in Tibet. What is clear, however, is that they have become an integral part of Tibetan spiritual life, offering a tangible way for practitioners to connect with the divine and accumulate merit in their daily lives. The mystery deepens when we consider the belief that the mere presence of a prayer wheel can purify the surrounding environment and bring blessings to those who encounter it. How does this work? Is it the physical motion, the sacred mantras, or the intention behind the practice that creates this effect? These questions remain unanswered, adding to the allure of this ancient tradition. As we reflect on the practice of Tibetan prayer wheels, we are reminded of the power of simple, repetitive actions to transform our lives. Whether through spinning a wheel, chanting a mantra, or performing a ritual, these practices invite us to slow down, connect with our inner selves, and cultivate compassion for all beings. Next, we'll explore the ritual of fire pujas, a practice that uses the transformative power of fire to purify and protect, offering yet another glimpse into the rich spiritual tapestry of Tibetan culture. Moving forward, let's step into the mesmerizing world of fire pujas, a ritual that harnesses the elemental power of fire to purify and protect. Fire pujas, or Homa ceremonies, are deeply rooted in Tibetan Buddhist traditions and are often performed during significant religious festivals or personal milestones. These rituals involve the creation of a sacred fire, into which offerings such as grains, herbs, and symbolic objects are cast, accompanied by the chanting of mantras and prayers. The flames of the fire puja are not just physical, they are believed to carry spiritual significance, acting as a bridge between the material and the divine. The fire is seen as a transformative force, capable of burning away impurities, negative energies, and obstacles, both for the individual and the community. This purification process is thought to create a protective shield, warding off harm and inviting blessings from enlightened beings. One of the most intriguing aspects of fire pujas is the symbolic meaning behind the flames. In Tibetan Buddhism, fire represents wisdom, the kind of wisdom that cuts through ignorance and illusion, illuminating the path to enlightenment. The act of offering materials into the fire is symbolic of letting go of attachments, fears, and negative emotions, allowing the practitioner to emerge spiritually renewed. The rituals themselves are highly structured, often led by a lama or spiritual teacher who guides the participants through a series of chants, visualizations, and offerings. Each element of the ceremony is carefully chosen to align with specific spiritual goals, whether it's healing, protection, or the accumulation of merit. The smoke rising from the fire is believed to carry the prayers and offerings to the heavens, creating a direct connection between the earthly and the divine. Yet, despite the detailed knowledge surrounding the practice, the deeper mysteries of fire pujas remain elusive. How exactly do the flames transform negative energy into positive blessings? What is the nature of the connection between the physical fire and the spiritual realm? These questions continue to intrigue scholars and practitioners alike, adding an air of mystique to this ancient ritual. As we explore the practice of fire pujas, we are reminded of the profound ways in which humans have sought to connect with the divine through the elements. Fire, with its dual nature of destruction and renewal, serves as a powerful metaphor for the spiritual journey, one that requires us to let go of the old to make way for the new. Next, we'll delve into the secret of Tibetan mantras, exploring how these sacred sounds are believed to hold the power to transform the mind and spirit. Now, let's turn our attention to the secret of Tibetan mantras, a practice that has captivated spiritual seekers for centuries. Tibetan mantras are sacred sounds, words, or phrases that are repeated during meditation or rituals. These mantras are not just ordinary words, they are believed to carry profound spiritual power, capable of transforming the mind, body, and spirit. At the heart of Tibetan mantras is the concept of vibration. Each mantra is thought to resonate with specific energies, aligning the practitioner with higher states of consciousness. The most well-known mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, is often associated with compassion and is said to invoke the blessings of Chenrezig, the bodhisattva of compassion. When chanted, the vibrations of these sacred syllables are believed to purify negative karma, calm the mind, and open the heart to deeper spiritual insights. The practice of chanting mantras is deeply intertwined with meditation. By focusing on the sound and rhythm of the mantra, practitioners enter a state of deep concentration, allowing them to transcend ordinary thoughts and emotions. This meditative state is said to create a direct connection with the divine, enabling the practitioner to tap into a source of inner peace and wisdom. But what makes Tibetan mantras so unique is their layered meaning. Each syllable is thought to hold multiple levels of significance, from the literal translation to the esoteric teachings embedded within. For example, the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum is not just a call for compassion. It is also a symbolic representation of the path to enlightenment, with each syllable corresponding to a specific aspect of spiritual practice. The transformative effects of mantras are not just spiritual. They are also believed to have physical and psychological benefits. Studies have shown that repetitive chanting can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve mental clarity. In Tibetan tradition, the vibrations of mantras are said to harmonize the body's energy centers or chakras, promoting overall well-being. Yet, despite their widespread use, the true power of Tibetan mantras remains a mystery. How do these ancient sounds create such profound effects? What is the nature of the connection between sound and spirit? These questions continue to intrigue both practitioners and scholars, adding to the mystique of this ancient practice. As we explore the world of Tibetan mantras, we are reminded of the incredible power of sound and intention. These sacred words are more than just tools for meditation. They are gateways to deeper understanding and spiritual growth. Next, we'll uncover the mystery of Tibetan spirit traps, a fascinating practice designed to capture and neutralize malevolent energies. Now, let's shift our focus to a practice that blends the mystical with the practical, the mystery of Tibetan spirit traps. These fascinating devices are believed to capture and neutralize malevolent spirits, offering protection to individuals and communities. Spirit traps are intricately designed objects, often made from materials like wood, metal, or thread, and are crafted with specific symbols and patterns meant to attract and contain harmful energies. The concept behind spirit traps is rooted in the Tibetan belief that negative spirits can cause illness, misfortune, and chaos. To counteract these forces, practitioners create traps that act as spiritual snares. These traps are often placed in homes, monasteries, or other significant locations, serving as a form of spiritual defense. The designs vary, but they commonly feature knots, labyrinths, or intricate weavings, symbolizing the entrapment of harmful entities. One of the most intriguing aspects of spirit traps is their construction. The process is not merely physical but deeply ritualistic. Crafting a spirit trap involves chanting mantras, performing prayers, and invoking protective deities. The materials used are often blessed, and the act of creating the trap is seen as a sacred practice. This combination of craftsmanship and spirituality makes spirit traps unique, blending artistry with profound spiritual intent. But how effective are these traps? While many in Tibetan cultures swear by their protective powers, the true nature of their effectiveness remains a mystery. Some believe that the traps work by redirecting or neutralizing negative energies, while others suggest that their power lies in the faith and intention of those who create and use them. Skeptics argue that spirit traps are symbolic rather than functional, serving as psychological tools to instill a sense of security. The unanswered questions surrounding spirit traps add to their enigmatic allure. What happens to the spirits once they are trapped? Are they destroyed, transformed, or simply contained? And how do these traps interact with the unseen spiritual world? These questions continue to puzzle both practitioners and scholars, making spirit traps a captivating subject of study. As we delve into the world of Tibetan spirit traps, we are reminded of the intricate relationship between belief, ritual, and protection. These traps are more than just objects. They are a testament to the human desire to safeguard against the unknown. Next, we'll explore the practice of prostrations, a physical and spiritual discipline that holds deep significance in Tibetan Buddhism. Now, let's turn our attention to a practice that embodies both physical endurance and spiritual devotion, the practice of prostrations. This ancient Tibetan ritual involves full-body movements where practitioners bow, stretch forward, and rise repeatedly, often while reciting prayers or mantras. Prostrations are not just a physical exercise, they are a profound act of humility, surrender, and connection to the divine. In Tibetan Buddhism, prostrations are seen as a way to purify the mind and body, as well as to accumulate merit. Each movement is deliberate and symbolic, representing the practitioner's willingness to let go of ego and worldly attachments. The act of lowering oneself to the ground is a gesture of reverence, acknowledging the vastness of the spiritual path and the wisdom of enlightened beings. What makes prostrations particularly fascinating is their dual nature. On one hand, they are a rigorous physical discipline requiring strength, flexibility, and stamina. Some practitioners perform thousands of prostrations in a single session, a feat that demands both mental and physical resilience. On the other hand, prostrations are deeply meditative, with each movement synchronized to the rhythm of the breath and the recitation of sacred words. This combination of physical exertion and spiritual focus creates a unique state of mindfulness, where the practitioner becomes fully present in the moment. For outsiders, the practice of prostrations can seem mysterious and even perplexing. Why would someone willingly subject themselves to such a demanding ritual? The answer lies in the transformative power of the practice. Prostrations are believed to dissolve negative karma, cultivate compassion, and deepen one's connection to the teachings of Buddhism. They are not just an act of worship, but a path to inner transformation. Yet, the deeper mysteries of prostrations remain elusive. How does the physical act of bowing translate into spiritual purification? What is the significance of the precise movements and the number of repetitions? And how do practitioners sustain their focus and devotion over long periods? These questions highlight the enigmatic nature of prostrations, a practice that continues to inspire awe and curiosity. As we reflect on the practice of prostrations, we are reminded of the profound ways in which physical and spiritual disciplines intertwine in Tibetan culture. This ritual is a testament to the power of devotion and the human capacity for transcendence. Next, we'll explore the enigma of Tibetan amulets, objects believed to hold protective powers and spiritual significance. Now, let's shift our focus to another intriguing aspect of Tibetan culture, the enigma of Tibetan amulets. These small, often intricately designed objects hold a special place in Tibetan spirituality, believed to offer protection, blessings, and even healing to those who carry or wear them. But what makes these amulets so powerful, and why do they remain shrouded in mystery? Tibetan amulets are typically crafted from materials like metal, wood, or stone, and are often inscribed with sacred symbols, mantras, or images of deities. Each element of an amulet is carefully chosen for its spiritual significance. For example, the use of certain metals is thought to enhance the amulet's protective qualities, while specific symbols are believed to channel divine energy. The creation process itself is a sacred ritual, often performed by monks or skilled artisans who infuse the amulet with prayers and blessings during its making. One of the most fascinating aspects of Tibetan amulets is their dual purpose. On one level, they serve as physical reminders of spiritual teachings, helping the wearer stay connected to their faith and intentions. On another level, they are believed to possess intrinsic power, capable of warding off negative energies, illnesses, or misfortune. This belief in the amulet's protective power is deeply rooted in Tibetan culture, where the unseen world of spirits and energies is considered just as real as the physical one. Yet the true nature of these amulets remains a mystery. How exactly do they work? Is it the materials, the symbols, or the blessings that give them their power? And why do some amulets seem to have a stronger effect than others? These questions have puzzled scholars and practitioners alike, adding to the allure of these sacred objects. Another layer of mystery lies in the rituals surrounding the use of amulets. Before an amulet is given to someone, it is often consecrated through elaborate ceremonies involving chants, offerings, and invocations. The belief is that these rituals activate the amulet's power, making it a living conduit of spiritual energy. But the specifics of these rituals are often kept secret, passed down through generations within monastic communities or families. For outsiders, the power of Tibetan amulets can be difficult to grasp. Skeptics might dismiss them as mere superstition, while believers swear by their effectiveness. What's undeniable, however, is the profound role these amulets play in Tibetan spirituality. They are not just objects, they are vessels of faith, hope, and protection, embodying the deep connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. As we ponder the mysteries of Tibetan amulets, we are reminded of the enduring power of belief and the ways in which ancient traditions continue to inspire awe and wonder. Next, we'll delve into the symbolism and purpose of Tibetan sacred dances, a practice that brings together movement, music, and spirituality in a mesmerizing display. Moving from the enigmatic power of Tibetan amulets, we now step into the vibrant world of Tibetan sacred dances. These dances, known as cham, are not just performances, they are deeply spiritual acts that blend movement, music, and ritual into a mesmerizing expression of faith. But what makes these dances so sacred, and why do their meanings remain elusive to outsiders? Tibetan sacred dances are often performed during religious festivals, where monks don elaborate costumes and masks to embody deities, demons, or spiritual protectors. Each movement, gesture, and step is meticulously choreographed to convey specific teachings or stories from Tibetan Buddhism. The dances are believed to purify the environment, ward off evil spirits, and bring blessings to the community. For those who witness them, the experience is both awe-inspiring and deeply moving, as the dancers seem to transcend the physical realm and channel divine energy. The symbolism within these dances is rich and layered. The masks, for instance, are not mere props but sacred objects that transform the wearer into the being they represent. A wrathful deity's mask might symbolize the destruction of ignorance, while a peaceful deity's mask could represent compassion and wisdom. The costumes, often adorned with intricate patterns and colors, further enhance the spiritual narrative, making the dances a visual feast as well as a spiritual one. Yet, despite their beauty and significance, the deeper meanings of these dances remain shrouded in mystery. Many of the rituals and gestures are passed down through oral traditions, with only a select few fully understanding their origins and purposes. Even within Tibetan communities, interpretations can vary, adding to the complexity of these sacred performances. For outsiders, the dances can be difficult to decipher, as they are steeped in symbolism and cultural context that is not easily translated. Another layer of intrigue lies in the preparation and execution of these dances. Before a performance, the dancers often undergo rigorous spiritual practices, including meditation and purification rituals, to ensure they are in the right state of mind to embody the divine. The dances themselves are performed with such precision and devotion that they are believed to have a transformative effect on both the dancers and the audience. The role of music in these dances is equally fascinating. Traditional instruments like drums, cymbals, and long horns accompany the performances, creating a rhythmic and hypnotic soundscape that enhances the spiritual atmosphere. The music is not just background noise, it is an integral part of the ritual, believed to invoke the presence of deities and guide the dancers in their movements. Despite their profound significance, Tibetan sacred dances remain a mystery to many. Why do certain movements evoke such powerful emotions? How do the dancers achieve such a deep connection to the divine? And what is the true purpose behind these elaborate performances? These questions continue to intrigue scholars and spiritual seekers alike, adding to the allure of this ancient practice. As we reflect on the beauty and mystery of Tibetan sacred dances, we are reminded of the power of art and movement to transcend language and culture, connecting us to something greater than ourselves. Next, we'll explore the ritual of water offerings, a practice that holds deep spiritual significance in Tibetan culture and raises its own set of intriguing questions. Shifting our focus from the mesmerizing world of Tibetan sacred dances, we now turn to a practice that embodies simplicity and profound spirituality, the ritual of water offerings. In Tibetan culture, water is considered one of the purest and most sacred elements, symbolizing clarity, purity, and the flow of life. But what makes this humble offering so significant, and why does it continue to hold a place of reverence in Tibetan rituals? Water offerings are a daily practice in many Tibetan households and monasteries. Each morning, bowls of clean water are carefully arranged on altars as offerings to the Buddha and other deities. The act is not just about the physical offering, but also about cultivating a mindset of generosity and mindfulness. The water is seen as a representation of the giver's pure intentions, free from greed, anger, and ignorance. It's a reminder to let go of attachments and to approach life with a clear and open heart. The ritual itself is steeped in symbolism. The bowls are typically arranged in a specific order, often 7 in number, each representing a different aspect of spiritual practice, such as generosity, discipline, and wisdom. The act of pouring the water into the bowls is done with great care and attention, reflecting the importance of mindfulness in every action. After the offering, the water is often poured outside, symbolizing the release of negative karma and the spreading of blessings to all beings. Despite its apparent simplicity, the practice raises intriguing questions. Why is water chosen as the primary offering, and how did this tradition originate? Some scholars suggest that the practice may have roots in ancient Indian rituals, where water was used as a symbol of life and renewal. Others believe it reflects the Tibetan reverence for nature and the elements, seeing water as a vital force that sustains all living beings. Yet, the exact origins and deeper meanings of this practice remain a mystery, even to those who perform it regularly. Another layer of intrigue lies in the spiritual benefits attributed to water offerings. It is believed that making these offerings accumulates merit, purifies negative karma, and fosters a sense of inner peace. The act of giving, even something as simple as water, is seen as a way to cultivate compassion and reduce selfishness. For practitioners, it's not just about the physical offering, but about the transformation it brings to their own hearts and minds. The ritual also highlights the interconnectedness of all life. By offering water, practitioners acknowledge their dependence on this essential element and express gratitude for its abundance. It's a practice that encourages humility and a deep respect for the natural world, values that are central to Tibetan spirituality. As we reflect on the practice of water offerings, we are reminded of the power of simplicity in spiritual life. A single bowl of water, offered with sincerity, can carry profound meaning and inspire a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. Next, we'll delve into the secret of Tibetan incense, a practice that fills the air with aromatic spirituality and raises its own set of fascinating questions. Moving from the serene simplicity of water offerings, we now step into the aromatic world of Tibetan incense, a practice that has captivated both the senses and the spirit for centuries. Tibetan incense is more than just a fragrant smoke. It's a bridge between the earthly and the divine, a tool for purification and a medium for spiritual connection. But what makes this incense so unique, and why does it hold such a revered place in Tibetan rituals? the creation of Tibetan incense is an art form in itself, steeped in tradition and mystery. Unlike many modern incenses which rely on synthetic fragrances, Tibetan incense is made from natural ingredients sourced from the high-altitude regions of the Himalayas. These ingredients often include juniper, sandalwood, rhododendron, and a variety of medicinal herbs, each chosen for its specific properties. The process of making the incense is meticulous, with ingredients ground into fine powders, mixed with water, and shaped into sticks or cones before being dried in the sun. This careful preparation is believed to infuse the incense with spiritual energy, making it a powerful tool for rituals. The use of incense in Tibetan practices is deeply symbolic. When lit, the rising smoke is seen as a way to carry prayers and offerings to the heavens, acting as a messenger between the physical and spiritual realms. It's often used during meditation, prayer sessions, and ceremonies to create a sacred atmosphere, helping practitioners focus their minds and elevate their spirits. The aroma is thought to purify the environment, dispel negative energies, and invite the presence of benevolent deities. In this way, incense becomes more than just a sensory experience. It's a spiritual act that transforms the space and the people within it. One of the most intriguing aspects of Tibetan incense is its connection to healing. Many of the herbs used in its creation are believed to have medicinal properties, and the smoke is thought to cleanse not just the environment but also the body and mind. For example, juniper is often used for its purifying qualities, while sandalwood is prized for its calming effects. This blend of physical and spiritual benefits makes Tibetan incense a holistic tool, addressing both the outer and inner worlds of the practitioner. Yet, the true secret of Tibetan incense lies in its ability to evoke a sense of timelessness and connection. The act of lighting incense is a ritual in itself, requiring mindfulness and intention. As the smoke curls upward, it serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life and the constant flow of energy between the seen and unseen worlds. This duality, of being both a physical object and a spiritual medium, is what makes Tibetan incense so fascinating and enduring. As we explore the aromatic mysteries of Tibetan incense, we are reminded of the power of scent to transport us, to heal us, and to connect us to something greater. Next, we'll uncover the symbolism of Tibetan wind horses, a practice that carries prayers on the breeze and invites blessings from the skies. Now, let's turn our attention to the captivating symbolism of Tibetan wind horses, a practice that carries prayers on the breeze and invites blessings from the skies. Wind horses, or lungta in Tibetan, are more than just mythical creatures. They are powerful symbols of vitality, fortune, and spiritual energy. These ethereal beings are often depicted on prayer flags, their images galloping across the fabric, carrying the hopes and aspirations of those who hang them. But what exactly do these wind horses represent, and why do they hold such a profound place in Tibetan culture? At the heart of the wind horse symbol is the idea of movement and transformation. The wind horse is believed to ride on the wind, a force that is both invisible and omnipresent, much like the spiritual energy it embodies. This energy, known as lungta, is thought to bring good fortune, strength, and success to those who invoke it. By hanging prayer flags adorned with wind horses, Tibetans aim to harness this energy, allowing it to flow freely and bring blessings to their lives and the world around them. The flags themselves are often placed in high, open spaces, mountain passes, rooftops, or near temples where the wind can carry their prayers far and wide. The imagery of the wind horse is rich with meaning. Typically, it is depicted as a horse carrying a flaming jewel, known as the wish-fulfilling jewel, on its back. This jewel symbolizes the fulfillment of desires and the attainment of enlightenment. Surrounding the wind horse are often mantras, prayers, and other sacred symbols, all working together to amplify its power. The combination of these elements creates a visual representation of spiritual aspiration, reminding practitioners of their connection to the divine and their potential for growth and transformation. One of the most intriguing aspects of wind horses is their role in Tibetan prayer flags. These flags are not mere decorations, they are sacred objects imbued with spiritual significance. When the wind blows through the flags, it is believed to activate the prayers and mantras printed on them, sending them out into the universe. The wind horse, as the carrier of these prayers, becomes a bridge between the earthly and the celestial, a messenger of hope and goodwill. This practice reflects the Tibetan belief in the interconnectedness of all things, where even the wind becomes a sacred force for spreading blessings. Yet, despite its widespread use, the deeper mysteries of the wind horse remain elusive to outsiders. The exact origins of this symbol are unclear, and its full spiritual significance is often understood only by those deeply immersed in Tibetan culture and Buddhism. For many, the wind horse is a reminder of the unseen forces that shape our lives, a symbol of the boundless potential within each of us to rise above challenges and achieve our highest aspirations. As we reflect on the symbolism of wind horses, we are reminded of the power of faith and the beauty of traditions that connect us to something greater than ourselves. Next, we'll explore the intricate art of sand mandalas, a practice that transforms grains of sand into sacred masterpieces, only to dissolve them in a profound act of impermanence. Now, let's shift our focus to the mesmerizing world of sand mandalas, a practice that transforms humble grains of sand into breathtaking works of sacred art. Sand mandalas are not just intricate designs, they are profound expressions of Tibetan Buddhist philosophy, embodying themes of impermanence, interconnectedness, and spiritual devotion. Created with meticulous precision, these mandalas are made entirely of colored sand, each grain carefully placed to form elaborate geometric patterns and symbolic imagery. But what makes this practice so unique is not just its beauty, it's the fact that these masterpieces are intentionally destroyed once completed, a powerful reminder of the transient nature of life. The creation of a sand mandala is a deeply meditative and communal process, often undertaken by a group of monks over several days or even weeks. The process begins with a ceremonial blessing, followed by the drawing of a detailed blueprint on a flat surface. Using traditional tools like metal funnels and scrapers, the monks painstakingly pour and shape the sand layer by layer into intricate patterns. Each color and symbol holds specific spiritual significance, representing deities, cosmic forces, or aspects of enlightenment. The mandala serves as a visual representation of the universe, a microcosm of the divine order and harmony that Tibetan Buddhists strive to embody in their lives. One of the most striking aspects of sand mandalas is their impermanence. Once the mandala is complete, it is ceremonially dismantled in a ritual known as the dissolution. The sand is swept up and often dispersed into a body of water, symbolizing the release of blessings and the impermanent nature of all things. This act of destruction is not seen as an end but as a continuation of the mandala's spiritual purpose. It teaches practitioners to let go of attachment, to embrace change, and to find beauty in the fleeting moments of existence. For many, this practice is a profound meditation on the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Despite their widespread recognition, the deeper mysteries of sand mandalas remain largely unexplored by those outside Tibetan Buddhism. The exact meanings of their intricate designs are often known only to the monks who create them, and the spiritual energy infused into each grain of sand is a concept that defies easy explanation. Even the process of creating a mandala is believed to generate merit and positive energy, not just for the creators but for all who witness it. This raises questions about the unseen forces at work in such practices and the ways in which art and spirituality intertwine in Tibetan culture. As we marvel at the artistry and symbolism of sand mandalas, we are reminded of the delicate balance between creation and destruction, permanence and impermanence. These ephemeral masterpieces invite us to reflect on our own lives and the transient nature of the world around us. Next, we'll delve into the enigmatic practice of soul retrieval, a ritual that seeks to heal and restore the fragmented pieces of the self. Moving from the impermanent beauty of sand mandalas, we now turn to a practice that delves into the very essence of the human spirit, Tibetan soul retrieval. This ancient ritual, deeply rooted in Tibetan shamanic traditions, seeks to heal individuals by recovering lost or fragmented parts of their soul. It is believed that trauma, illness, or emotional distress can cause a person's soul to splinter, leaving them feeling incomplete or disconnected. Soul retrieval aims to restore this wholeness, bringing balance and harmony back to the individual. The process of soul retrieval is often conducted by a trained practitioner, sometimes referred to as a shaman or healer. Through a combination of meditation, chanting, and ritualistic practices, the healer enters an altered state of consciousness to journey into the spiritual realm. Here, they search for the missing soul fragments which are thought to reside in otherworldly dimensions. Once located, these fragments are gently coaxed back into the individual's being, often accompanied by symbolic gestures or offerings to appease the spirits involved. What makes this practice particularly mysterious is its reliance on unseen forces and the healer's intuitive abilities. The methods used are not easily explained by modern science, and the effectiveness of soul retrieval often depends on the faith and openness of the individual undergoing the ritual. Many who have experienced soul retrieval report profound emotional and physical healing, feeling as though a weight has been lifted or a long-lost part of themselves has been restored. Yet, skeptics question whether these effects are purely psychological or if there is a deeper, spiritual mechanism at work. The concept of soul retrieval also raises intriguing questions about the nature of the soul itself. In Tibetan belief, the soul is not a singular entity but a complex, multifaceted essence that can be influenced by both internal and external forces. This view challenges conventional Western notions of the self and invites us to consider the possibility of a more fluid, interconnected spiritual identity. The practice of soul retrieval, therefore, is not just about healing. It's about reconnecting with the deeper layers of existence that define who we are. As we explore this enigmatic practice, we are reminded of the profound connection between the physical and the spiritual, the seen and the unseen. Soul retrieval offers a unique perspective on healing, one that transcends the boundaries of conventional medicine and taps into the mysteries of the human spirit. Next, we'll uncover the secrets of Tibetan sacred texts, ancient manuscripts that hold knowledge still waiting to be fully understood. Shifting our focus from the spiritual realm of soul retrieval, we now turn to the enigmatic world of Tibetan sacred texts. These ancient manuscripts, often written on delicate parchment or carved into wooden blocks, are repositories of profound wisdom, spiritual teachings, and esoteric knowledge. Yet, despite their significance, much of their content remains shrouded in mystery, accessible only to a select few. Tibetan sacred texts encompass a wide range of subjects, from Buddhist philosophy and meditation techniques to astrology, medicine, and rituals. Among the most renowned are the Kangya and Tengya, collections of teachings attributed to the Buddha and commentaries by revered scholars. These texts are not merely historical artifacts. They are considered living documents imbued with spiritual power and meant to guide practitioners on their path to enlightenment. One of the greatest challenges in understanding these texts lies in their language and symbolism. Written in classical Tibetan, a language rich in metaphor and layered meanings, they often require years of study and interpretation by trained monks or scholars. Even then, many passages remain open to multiple interpretations, their true significance known only to those who have achieved a deep level of spiritual insight. This linguistic complexity, combined with the text's esoteric nature, has kept much of their knowledge hidden from the outside world. Another layer of mystery surrounds the preservation of these texts. Many were meticulously copied by hand over centuries, with each copy considered a sacred act of devotion. Some texts were hidden in remote monasteries or caves to protect them from destruction during periods of political turmoil. Even today, certain manuscripts are believed to be guarded by spiritual beings or accessible only to those deemed worthy by the teachings themselves. This secrecy adds to their allure, making them objects of fascination for historians, scholars, and spiritual seekers alike. The inaccessibility of these texts also raises questions about the balance between preservation and dissemination. While efforts have been made to digitize and translate some manuscripts, many Tibetans believe that the sacred nature of these texts requires them to be treated with reverence and care, limiting their exposure to the wider world. This tension between sharing knowledge and protecting its sanctity adds another layer of intrigue to their story. As we reflect on the mystery of Tibetan sacred texts, we are reminded of the vastness of human knowledge and the limits of our understanding. These manuscripts are not just relics of the past, they are gateways to a deeper understanding of existence, offering insights that continue to inspire and challenge us. Next, we'll explore the final practice in our journey, the ritual of offering tsampa, a simple yet profound act that connects the physical and spiritual worlds. Now, as we approach the final practice in our exploration of ancient Tibetan traditions, we turn to the humble yet deeply meaningful ritual of offering tsampa. Tsampa, a staple food made from roasted barley flour, holds a special place in Tibetan culture, not just as nourishment for the body, but as a symbol of spiritual sustenance and connection. This simple act of offering tsampa is woven into the fabric of daily life, religious ceremonies, and even moments of personal reflection, making it a practice that bridges the physical and spiritual worlds. The ritual of offering tsampa is often performed as a gesture of gratitude, reverence, or devotion. It can be as straightforward as sprinkling a handful of tsampa into the air as an offering to the deities, spirits, or the natural world. In more elaborate ceremonies, tsampa is shaped into small sculptures or mixed with butter to form intricate offerings placed on altars. Each act carries a profound intention, whether it's to seek blessings, purify negative energies, or honor the interconnectedness of all life. What makes this practice particularly fascinating is its dual role in Tibetan spirituality. On one hand, tsampa is a practical, everyday food that sustains life in the harsh Himalayan environment. On the other, it is imbued with symbolic meaning, representing the transformation of raw materials into something nourishing and sacred. This duality reflects the Tibetan worldview, where the mundane and the divine are deeply intertwined, and even the simplest actions can carry spiritual weight. Yet, despite its widespread use, the origins of this ritual remain shrouded in mystery. Some scholars suggest that the practice of offering tsampa may have roots in ancient shamanic traditions, where grains were used in rituals to honor the earth and its spirits. Others believe it evolved alongside Tibetan Buddhism, becoming a way to express devotion and mindfulness. The exact timeline and cultural influences behind this practice are still unclear, leaving room for speculation and wonder. Another unanswered question revolves around the specific symbolism of tsampa in different contexts. While it is generally seen as a symbol of abundance and purity, its meaning can vary depending on the ritual or the individual's intention. For example, in some ceremonies, tsampa is used to mark the beginning of a new journey or to celebrate a milestone, while in others, it serves as a reminder of impermanence, as the offering is often scattered or consumed, symbolizing the transient nature of life. The practice of offering tsampa also highlights the importance of mindfulness and intentionality in Tibetan spirituality. Each gesture, no matter how small, is performed with awareness and respect, reinforcing the idea that every action can be an act of devotion. This emphasis on presence and purpose resonates deeply in a culture where spirituality is not confined to temples or rituals, but is woven into the fabric of everyday life. As we conclude our journey through these 25 ancient Tibetan practices, the ritual of offering tsampa serves as a fitting reminder of the beauty and mystery that permeate Tibetan culture. It invites us to reflect on the ways in which the ordinary can become extraordinary, and how even the simplest acts can carry profound meaning. These practices, though often enigmatic, continue to inspire and challenge us, offering glimpses into a worldview that sees the sacred in all things. Thank you for joining us on this exploration, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more journeys into the mysteries of history. As we bring our journey through these 25 ancient Tibetan practices to a close, it's impossible not to be struck by the depth of mystery and cultural richness they embody. From the haunting ritual of sky burials to the meditative power of Tibetan singing bowls, each practice offers a unique window into a world where the spiritual and the everyday are deeply intertwined. These traditions, passed down through generations, continue to captivate and challenge our understanding, reminding us that some mysteries are not meant to be fully unraveled but rather to inspire wonder and reflection. What makes these practices so enduring is not just their historical significance, but their ability to resonate with universal themes: connection, mindfulness, and the search for meaning. Whether it's the intricate symbolism of THANGKA paintings, the transformative power of mantras, or the humble offering of tsampa, each tradition invites us to see the sacred in the ordinary and to approach life with intention and reverence. They remind us that spirituality is not confined to grand gestures but can be found in the smallest, most deliberate acts. Yet, for all we've explored, so much remains shrouded in mystery. The origins of many of these practices, the secrets behind their effectiveness, and the deeper meanings encoded within them continue to elude even the most dedicated scholars. This sense of the unknown is part of what makes Tibetan culture so fascinating. It invites us to keep questioning, exploring, and learning. As we wrap up, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey into the heart of ancient Tibet. If these practices sparked your curiosity or left you with questions, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exploration into the mysteries of history. Until next time, keep seeking, keep wondering, and remember, sometimes the greatest discoveries lie in the questions we've yet to answer.